I tell you what, this stuff probably gonna be like $100. It's some paper plates and spoons and cups and paper towels, man. Laundry detergent, shit crazy, man. Shit too expensive. You got real old school, man. Yeah, man, let's get this checked out, man. What a crazy day, man. Crazy, crazy day. What I told y'all, $106 and no food. How, bro? This is what the world coming to now. All right, YouTube, we back from Walmart. Hey, man, before we get any further, man, we gotta say condolences to Charlie Kirk's family, wife, kids. You know, regardless of how we are on that side of the political field, man, nobody deserves to die over words, man. Ultimately, he really was a victim of this because of his views and his words, man. Other than that, he has no reason to get shot like that. So it was most definitely his point of view that got him, you know, unalived. But I want to come on here and say, hey, man, we don't always agree on everything. We don't always agree on a lot of stuff I talk about. But the last thing I want is something to happen to all y'all or any of y'all on here. He was only 31 years old, man. He was doing a tour at universities. He was doing like a Q&A at that certain segment, and all the cameras was on him, man. And the guy that they apprehended, if you know, well, I'm not going to say if you was in the military like me, but if you got any type of common sense about active shooters and whatnot, that guy couldn't have done that, man. Y'all know I hate conspiracy theorists. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Oh, nah, I don't care about none of that. Okay, I don't want to hear about who did this at JFK. I'm telling you, listen, that old man did not do that. His reflex skills were not of that of an active shooter. His pants was falling down. Where was the weapon at when he picked the dude up, man? If that dude got shot with a rifle. That was not a pistol. Okay, if you shot a few guns in your life like me, you know that was not a pistol. We ain't got to argue and speculate. Oh, that's somebody. No. Dude would have had to toss that gun somewhere. Somebody would have seen that. If that old guy was the shooter, where did he run to? Where's the gun? All them cameras on that university, dude had security. Nobody seen it. You mean to tell me that, you know, that wasn't an inside job or somebody turned the cheek? Everybody in the crowd came out on the news articles and said, man, that old dude ain't shooting him, man. Nope, none of them thought he did that. Aside from that one lady screaming on the video, man. You heard what the cops say. They say he the shooter, but I don't know. The cops said it clear as this ain't no speculation. This ain't no conspiracy. Everybody saying that dude ain't do it, man. So I think it's gonna come out that he was just some crazy guy in the crowd. Whoever did that, man, they got away scot clean. Unless some came out on the news that I don't know about, whoever actually did that, boy, they was real finesses. Just like the same thing with the Jack Ruby and JFK, man. Whoever did that was real hitters, man. And, you know, same thing with JFK. He had that coming. His family agreed to a deal with the mob. When he got in position of power, he didn't want to hold up his end of the bargain with the mob. You know, this had nothing to do with no Cuban Missile Crisis, none of that. The Chicago, New Orleans mob took out JFK, man. Real mob style, man. And then the person that could talk or link them, they got him out of there before he could even get talked to agree to some type of plea deal. They got him up out of there. So you got to understand, man, like, this is America. Stuff happens. You think this happens in Russia and all them? Nah. It happened here every day. And for people who talk crazy, like he was talking about the Second Amendment, he thought the Civil Rights Bill was trash. You guys got to understand, this dude was 31 years old. He was a jit. He was 5 years younger than me, man. His views were ignorant, okay? I'm not saying he deserved to get hurt off of none of that stuff, but the man's views were ignorant and small-minded. And that would have pissed a lot of people off, man. Oh, his words are nah. See what happened to George Floyd, right? So, hey, now he up there with them. So, don't get me started on this, man. What we're starting to see, you know, they always talk about black on black crime. These last shootings have been white on white crime, man. And, you know, and it ain't about political, none of that. Who took a shot at Trump? A white guy. Who took a shot at Kirk today? A white guy, allegedly. Who took a shot at JFK? A white guy. Who took a shot at MLK? A white guy. So any type of mass shooting, aside from the DC sniper, 90% of that stuff been white people, man. Look at Jeffrey Dahmer, the biggest serial killers in history. White guy. So, you know, it ain't about race, and y'all talking about black on black crime. No. The biggest catastrophes in American history came behind white people. Okay, this is not racist. No, this is all facts. 9/11. Why did 9/11 happen, people? The Bushes had an oil deal with Iraq that fell through. Bush Sr. No, I'm mixing it up. Why did 9/11 happen? The CIA. Osama bin Laden was an ally to America. This is all facts. Him and his one-eyed partner was allies during the Cold War. They had a falling out. They split up. Osama was supposed to get some type of protection and supplies from America. Fast forward, they fighting the Cold War. America didn't live up to a part of their agreement. Okay, CIA said, go screw yourself. Osama sat on it, 2011, 2001, September 11 happened. That's why that happened. Okay, but why did America go at Iraq instead of Afghanistan so hard? Now, we went to both countries at the same time, but why did America go jump on Iraq out the gate? The Bushes wanted to handle their personal financial problems first. That's why they attacked Iraq, man. It had nothing to do with no damn September 11th, man. That was all Saddam and the Bushes' oil deal that fell through. So when I see stuff like Chris Kirk, it's unfortunate, man. It is very unfortunate. Never let nobody's words get under your skin enough that you want to go hurt somebody. We do not support violence. We do not support bullying. Let's get money, take care of our family, man. Let's, you know, be there for one another. Be there for one another. This has nothing to do with politics, man. You know, so we not gonna keep that off the internet, man. We're just stating it was an unfortunate situation. Shouldn't have happened today, man. The video is very, very disturbing. If you seen how the video was, you knew he wasn't surviving it, man. He got hit in the carotid artery, man. It was flying everywhere. He got hit in the carotid artery. It was no surviving that. In that certain setting, that time setting, they would have had to have a hospital literally 10, 20 feet away for him to survive that. He bled out. He pretty much, you know, unalived instantly. But they had to say, oh, he was in critical condition for news purposes. But dude was over with, man. So prayers to the family, man. We're going to see a lot of content on that on YouTube. And in a couple weeks, it'll be something new, man. So it's your turn today for the news, and then the next day it's somebody else. That's just how the life works. But I appreciate y'all, man. You know, y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all on the next one.